Everything that you need to know about the next 7 days in Bitcoin is conveniently right inside of this video. It's finally here. It's finally here. The moment you've been waiting for. We just launched the game-changing indicator bundle. Buy alerts right to your phone, sell alerts right to your phone, helping you get one step closer to your financial freedom. We just launched it. Everybody flocked to the site. The site nearly crashed. Everybody's locking in their seat, and you are next. What we did is we listened to thousands and thousands of people in crypto. You want help for when to buy, and you want help when to sell, and you want financial freedom. So we went in the lab the past 10, 12 months, and we created the best of the best. Buy alerts right to your phone, sell alerts right to your phone, helping you get one step closer to your financial freedom. There are limited seats because the discount is so big. Once the limited seats are gone, you can't get the discount. This is exactly what you've been looking for. Go sign up now, cryptocrewuniversity.com. The link will be in the description, the first link. It will also be on your screen below right now, cryptocrewuniversity.com. It'll auto direct you right to this page to sign up right now. If you're a student, look at your inbox, look at your email. There's a special student discount. These game-changing indicator bundles, completely different than the courses, all new information. Go lock in your seat right now. And by the way, do you know that NVT-HV, the indicator that we have, the one that everyone goes crazy for? Yeah, that one. You're gonna get that one absolutely free if you sign up in time. If you have any more questions, email me right now, info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. It'll be on your screen right now. Now, let's jump right into the 7-day forecast. This is very critical. A lot's happening on this chart, so it's time to pay attention and buckle up. We're on the 2-week chart. We've got some clear price channels happening. We're inside of this price channel right now. This is a brand new candle. It's just about 15 hours old. What we want to do is watch this candle and watch the channel. The top of the channel right now is at 45,000. That's acting currently as our resistance, and we found beautiful support down here at 40,000. If you remember in last week's video, we told you to watch this area right here, this 40K, and watch as support, because we got support all the way back here in July and dating all the way back here into January of this year. So that's a critical level, that 40 level. We do not want to break that level. Watch that level, because if we break that level, it's likely we're going to drop all the way to 30K. So keep an eye on that level. And over the next week, we want to still try to react to this 45 level. We want to try to break through that level. And what you want to see in the big picture is, look, Bitcoin went on a big run. We went to 65,000. Then we created a low and we failed to create a higher high. This was a failed rally. This rally off of our 30K to 53, this is called a failed rally. We failed to make a higher high. That's not good. Okay, what you want to see is us hold support at that 40 and come back up and make a higher high, higher than 53. That will be incredibly bullish. If you're a Bitcoin bull, that's what you want to see over the coming weeks. There's one problem. On the 2-week chart, we just had this cross down, okay? The stochastic RSI on the 2-week chart is major. And we just had a pretty large cross down, which means we just lost a whole bunch of our momentum, that momentum that we've been building over the past handful of weeks. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Pay close attention, peel your eyes to the bottom of the chart. What we're doing is we're gonna look left, and we're gonna look at the facts in the charts, and we're gonna say, hey, have we had a similar move before where we lost all of our momentum, we came all the way down, we had a cross up, and we got above the 20 level, but then we had a cross down. We wanna compare apples to apples and see, because this is where things get really interesting, because that cross down that we just had has happened before, and you're not gonna like what I'm about to show you. We're gonna have to scroll all the way back to 2014 to see it in play. And 2014 happened like this. We had a high up here, 1,400, and we crashed all the way down to 165. But in the meantime, the first thing that we did was we had a large crash down and then a move at about 100% up. okay? Similar to what we did now. We just had a large crash from 65 all the way to 30, and then we had about almost 100% move off of the 30K. We had about a 75% move off of the 30K. Very similar to this. And what you saw is the stochastic RSI bottoming out. We had a large cross up in the stochastic RSI, getting above the 20, and then we crashed down. It happened at pretty much the exact level. If you look left, you can see that 26.89. It's pretty much the same exact level. That's the only other time where we had something very, very similar, where we had bottoming out in the momentum. We had a cross up on our momentum. Everybody is getting really amped up, but it was just the midst of a bear market. It was when everyone was arguing that there was no bear market, that it was still the bull market, and this shocked everybody, surprised everybody, and we continued into a long drawn out. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but we're just looking at the facts. We're just analyzing the data that's in front of us, and we're interpreting it for what it is without an emotional opinion of, oh my God, it's gonna go to 100,000 by tomorrow, right? We're not one of those channels. We're just realistic. We're looking at the facts, and the facts are not good. Having a stochastic RSI cross down on the daily is not good. On the weekly, it's even worse. And on the 2-week, it's substantially worse. It's time to pay attention to this and see how it plays out. So that is something to keep an eye on in the coming weeks to coming months. Now the Gaussian channel. We've been trapped inside of our quicksand for how many days? We have been in there for 130 days. If you remember when I first covered the Gaussian channel in the quicksand, you know, I got a lot of hate mail that, hey, we're not gonna spend even a few days inside of the quicksand, but now we've been in there 130 days. So now you're probably paying more attention than you were 130 days ago. Why is it important? Well, if you're fairly new to this channel, anytime you're in a major uptrend and you correct down inside of this Gaussian channel, it acts as quicksand. It holds us in there for an average of 1 year, and it generally represents a very strong bear market, right? Anytime you're in a strong uptrend, enter the Gaussian channel. It's quicksand, okay? You don't want to mess with quicksand. No matter how strong you are, and Bitcoin is very strong, it's quicksand. So does this mean we're bearish in the big picture? No, look at my hair. We're bullish in the big picture. We're always going to be bullish, but we're also realistic. And there's 4 other data points in history that suggest anytime you enter the Gaussian channel, it doesn't end well. Plain and simple. So I mentioned that 130 days ago. We're still in there 130 days later. So hopefully now we're taking it more seriously. But we do have our median line, which we've been respecting for quite some time. We broke above our median line back in July, and we're holding it right now. Our median line is at 39,700. You want to see that hold. So far, we've done well with that. The top of the channel is at 48.8K. You want to see us start to get above this channel, and if we do have a stochastic RSI, if we do cross back up in this 2-week stochastic RSI, maybe we hold support at this 20 level and we're able to have a cross back up. Hopefully that'll get us above this Gaussian channel and we can say goodbye to the quicksand, because to be honest, I don't want to be in the quicksand, neither do you. So let's try to focus on getting out of that as soon as possible. Now, we're going to look at the daily chart. A lot of people want, hey, we're looking at the monthly, we're looking at the weekly, the 2-week. Let's give some short-term traders some key levels to watch. Well, number 1, we have this red line. As I mentioned, a lot of long-term traders and short-term traders and people that have been in markets for quite some time will use the 200-day moving average, no matter what market you're looking at, to get a snapshot of what the market is right now. Price action's below the 200-day. That's bearish. That's not my emotional opinion. That's a fact. Any market you look at, if price action's below the 200-day, it's bearish. Plain and simple. So we're bearish right now. We've got some key levels. We're holding support at the 40, as we mentioned. We're looking to test this level about 45, 46, and it happens to be, you know, similar levels that we looked at with the 2-week and similar levels that we looked at with the Gaussian channel. That 45, 46K is important. Watch that over the coming days, and we want to start to hold that as support, and we want to eventually hold this 200-day as support in a more meaningful way that we've done in the past. We've struggled with the 200-day, and we've shown some weakness in our trends. Okay, we're showing some strength at this 40K, and again, once we break 40K, or if we break 40K, it's going to be a free fall to probably 30K and more than likely even beyond that. So we don't want to do that. We want to try to battle this level here. Next up is the key. Okay, next up is the key. We've got major things happening on this chart. This is the weekly. So we looked at the 2-week. We looked at the daily chart. We looked at the Gaussian channel. Let's take a look because we've got the NVT HV. We're still red. So the NVT HV still bullish, all right? This is that indicator that everyone's gone crazy for. This is our custom indicator. We're giving it for free if you sign up in time for the new indicator bundle, the one that you gets trade alerts right to your phone, right? This is the one that I'm referring to. Now, we're still red, okay? So there's no panic right now in the facts in this chart, right? We do have some bearishness happening in the RSI. As we've mentioned, we're in a long-term downtrend in the RSI, and we've been in that since January, since the entire calendar year of 2021. We made a high, a lower high, a lower high, a lower high, and another lower high. And again, somebody in the comments will say, oh my God, Steve, you've been bearish all this time. No, this is just the facts. You can't argue that this is a downtrend. Nobody can argue that this is an uptrend. If they do, they're very silly, okay? The facts are the facts. I'm just stating the facts. What you want to see in the RSI is to get above this level here, 65. We need to see that on the weekly chart. It'll be so bullish on the weekly chart to have the RSI above 65. However, we're above this white line, which represents bull and bear, okay? And again, this is not my emotional opinion. This is a fact. Anytime that we're above this 56 level, we're bullish. Anytime we're below, we're bearish. And every bear market we've had, we've hung out below it. And every bull market we've had, we've hung out above it. It's just a fact. We're below it now. Not good. We want to get above that level, and we want to get above that 65. So those are the levels to watch. What we do not want to happen, which would be horrific, is to go below this 42 level. It would take out our low pivot. It would take out the lowest low that we've had recently back on July 12th. That would be deadly. We do not want to do that. That would continue this downtrend into the lower levels here. And more importantly, we would be in some larger trouble. We are, however, in a long-term uptrend dating back to 2018, where we created a low, a high, a higher low, and a higher high. We want this to be our higher low, and we want to continue up to make a higher high over the coming months. We still can do that. It's not out of the question, but in the short term, we're bearish because we're below this 56 level. All right, now, so bullish in the NVT, bearish in the RSI, and the stochastic RSI, we did have a cross down, which we covered on this channel, and we're trying to reverse that trend, but we lost our momentum. We lost our momentum at 53. That's when we covered this cross down, and we said, look, the momentum is losing. We're going to fall in price, and that's what we did. Even though we're still bullish in the NVT HV, we're bearish in the RSI. So there's some turmoil happening in the markets, all right? There's a little bit more bearishness to the market, just in the fact that we had a high at 65, we had a low at 30, and we failed to make a higher high. Nobody can argue that. Anybody that understands charts knows that this is a failed rally, and that's not good, especially coming off a high. What we want to see in the coming weeks is to get above this level, this 53 level, and we want to continue that uptrend to the upside. Now, the 3-box theory. If you're relatively new to this channel, this is a chart that we've been following for pretty much a year now. And down below, I want you to peel your eyes down below to the RSI. This is the RSI on the monthly. We looked at the RSI through a few different lenses today, but in order to get a good understanding of the big picture, right? We understand the next 7 days. We'll cover that in a moment just to reiterate the key points. But I want you to understand the big picture, because Bitcoin just had a major test and a major failed rally with the RSI coming into our danger zone here. And why is this our danger zone? Well, it's the most critical level of the RSI in the history of Bitcoin, and those are just the facts. We started creating this level back in 2011 and 2012. So we created this danger zone channel where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touch points that are critical, illustrating that this is a danger zone. We came up to it and we got rejected. This is not the end of the world yet. What we want to do is retest this level, which is at 67. So when we entered that danger zone, we got rejected, but price action is still okay in the big picture. We're still inside of our box. And again, what we want to see with this box is we have the box number 1 and box number 2 happen in this previous cycle and in this cycle. It's essentially when the market takes a pause and when the market sees some turmoil. It happens in every single bull market, and so far that's when you get the only red monthly candles of the entire bull run happen inside of this box. And we generally come to test the bottom of the box, which is a 1.5x multiple of the previous all-time high. So if you look left, previous all-time high, 1.5x multiple, that's the bottom of the box. 4x multiple, that's the top. We usually hang out for quite a while inside of this box, but we generally always drop all the way down to the bottom. People freak out, and usually, so far, it's been right before our parabolic move to the top. We're still waiting for that. We have some turmoil in the RSI that's holding us up from achieving that. So in summary, the next 7 days, we've got some turmoil happening, okay? We're inside of this price action. We want to see how it plays out with the stochastic RSI. We are still inside of our quicksand, unfortunately. The daily chart is looking okay, but we're still showing a lot of signs of bearishness below price action below the 200-day moving average. The good news to take away is the NVT HV still bullish, okay? We'll still keep our fingers crossed there. Bearishness on the weekly RSI, bearishness on the weekly stochastic RSI, and a recent rejection from the major level on the monthly RSI. So still some bearishness. We're trying to pull through. We're inside of this price channel, so that's still good. We'll keep you up to date. Many more videos coming your way this week. Make sure you go lock in your seat for the game-changing indicator bundle. This is exactly what you've been wanting, and if you're a student, this is substantially different than the courses. You're gonna love it. More tools to add to your toolkit and some powerful strategies. Our goal was really to help you get one step closer to financial freedom and make buying and selling less stressful and more simple. So go lock in your seat. I'll see you right back here on the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.